1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome to the A Players Club YouTube channel, where you are about to get exclusive behind the scenes access to some of Europe's most successful entrepreneurs. In this mastermind, it's a member of ours, Charlie McCormack, who is focused on one-to-many selling. This is hugely valuable and has so much complementary resources throughout. So sit back, relax, hope you enjoy. This is a glimpse of A Players Club. And we'll talk soon.
Let me check this thing's working. Yes. Right, I actually bought this clicker using my mum's Amazon Prime because I did not trust you, man, to click through this for me. But this presentation is bespoke for this Copenhagen event, and I'm going to be talking about the 5 pillars of one-to-many success and also tell you what's working when selling one-to-many in 2026. So give me a quick temperature check here. Who's ever done a webinar for somebody else? So it's like a sales manager, a copywriter. Right, we've got the House Elite boys, we've got Scott at the back, we've got some boys at the front, we've got Frederick. Okay, cool, we've got Marcus. Yeah, I know you've bloody done that. I do them all every week. Has anybody ever done one themselves, like as a founder, done their own webinar? Few shy hands. Come on, put them up for me. Let everyone see. Okay, cool. Few people, cool. Has anybody ever been on a webinar? Just so I know, like, everybody knows what I'm talking about and I don't need to break this down in plain English. Okay, sweet. So we know what we're talking about. So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Charlie McCormack, okay? Now, I can't make content like Josh, okay? Far from it, okay? I can't show you how to replace sales calls like Frederick can. I can't tell you how to become a good closer or become a good sales manager like Scott can, okay? I'm a fraction of the leader that Mr. Gallagher is right here. And I have not got the experience that Christian has whatsoever, okay? But, and it's a big but, okay? I am absolutely obsessed with one small and mighty area of expertise. You see that little dot there in the whole game of business? That's where I play, okay? And it just so happens that my area of expertise can help you scale your business while maintaining leverage. It can help you become the undisputed #1 in your niche if you do it right. It can help you convert cold traffic at scale. And it can help you clean up all of your organic traffic at once and convert them, okay? And it helps you book hot, ready to buy sales calls all at once. Now, come on, clicker. Oh, we're going far, okay? So in our industry, if you recognize any of these people here, when you want to scale your business and you want to take everything that you do to the next level, okay? You don't come to a gunfight with a knife. You come prepared and you come correct and you come with a webinar, because that's what everybody big is doing in our space right now, okay? And I'm not exaggerating here when I say that being able to sell, persuade, and multiply your impact one-to-many is one of the most valuable, high leverage, and financially rewarding skills that any entrepreneur can have. I see this as separate from a funnel, okay? To me, you as the founder doing something like this is like Dana White selling the vision of the UFC. You're a promoter selling your brand and your product at the front line. You're Steve Jobs every year, pushing your brand forward, showing everybody your product. It's your duty as a founder to get good at this and do this. That's my belief anyway. Now, we've helped everybody do this from, come on. We've helped, oh bloody hell, come on clicker. We've helped 16-year-olds do this, right, and make 25 grand. I don't know about you guys, but when I was 16, I wasn't making 25 grand in an hour. We've helped 16-year-olds do this. We've helped real estate agencies in the UAE sell property doing this. So we've sold trainers, we've sold houses, we've sold courses, we've sold coaching, we've sold everything, and we've sold £4 million worth of it, okay? Not to mention, our consulting clients have made millions. And the reason I'm telling you this is because in case you're wondering, in case you're sat here thinking, oh, I don't really know if I want to do a webinar. I don't really know if I want to do a workshop. I don't really know if I want to sell one-to-many. Is it for me? Could I do it? This works if you sell B2B or B2C, okay? It works if you want to do it live, you want to do it automated, you want to do it weekly, monthly, quarterly, organic or paid, whether you're an info coaching agency, home service, SaaS, real estate, anything, right? And what I want to...
Just only take one set at a time, it just takes a second to load after.
Okay. Come on, clicker. Maybe if I stand here, click it here. The only industry I don't know if you can pull this off in is e-com, by the way. So if there's any e-com people here, sorry about it. My goal is to help 2 types of founders in this room today. The ones who aren't currently doing this, who want to learn, I want to open your mind to what's possible, right? And give you the knowledge that you need to do your first one. To the people who are already selling one-to-many, I want to show you what's working right now and what we're seeing spending thousands of pounds a day across multiple clients, okay? I can't give you everything I know, which is why at the end, I have 12 secret resources to align with the 12 12 Cities of A Players Tour at the end. Does that sound good? Rather than saying yes, can you all clap for me? Give me a clap, okay? One is fine next time, just a single clap. Okay, cool. So here are the 5 pillars of one-to-many success. Here's what you need to make a webinar work, right? You need something to sell. So what are we actually selling, okay? How are we selling it? What format are we delivering the content in? And how do we get people to show up? How do we get the right people to show up? They're the key things that we need to focus on here. So, what are we selling? The offer. Now, here's what's working for us at the moment. Multiple modalities and what I call unrecognizable offers and certain wins and risk reversals. And I'm going to break down what these are. By the way, if you're writing notes, I have this slide ready for you as soon as I finish this presentation, so you don't need to. How many people here, hopefully after Josh's talk, how many people here post content or want to start posting content? Give me a raise of hands. Okay, nice and high. Okay, pretty much everybody in this room, right? You all want to start posting content. So imagine I'm selling you a camera, okay? And I say to you, if you buy this camera for free as a bonus, I'm going to give you 5 more of the same cameras for free, right? Kind of a good deal. Do you want 6 cameras? Not really. Yeah, the surface of it's kind of a good offer. It's worth it. But you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck am I going to do with 6 cameras? You're probably just going to sell them and make yourself a few quid with the extra 5, right? But if I say to you, if you buy this camera, I'll get you the softbox, I'll get you the lighting, I'll get you the lens, and we're going to send someone round to wherever you want to build this studio to build it for you for free. You're going to be like, yeah, I want that. I don't want the 6 cameras. I want whatever he's selling, right? And this is where multiple modalities and unrecognizable offers come into play. Hands up here, who runs like a done for you service? And if I asked you what you do, you say it's a done for you service. Okay? Cool. Who would say they run a done with you service? Any hands? Cool. So what's happened is most people have boxed themselves into these categories of done for you, done with you, or do it yourself, right? But the offers that are working insanely well for us at the moment on organic and on cold traffic are the offers that do not do this. They do not box themselves into one level of service. They have multiple levels of service that help you get to that desired outcome. So what would this actually look like in practice? This would look like having a little bit of done for you in there for the bits that are most important, having a little bit of done with you in there, having a bit of do it yourself, having in-person events, AI tools, AI software, and a whole host of other deliverables. Because when we do this, people don't see our offer and say, oh yeah, that's just like so-and-so's offer. It's kind of similar to his. We want them to see our offer and say, fucking hell, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. This is different, this is new. We want people to do that because then what they're gonna do is they're gonna watch until the end, they're gonna be more likely to take action, and it separates you from any of your competition. So unironically, as I was doing this presentation, the best bloody example I can think of this is A Players Club. So A Players is one of the offers that I purchased myself. I'm an A Players member. And there's so many different benefits that you get in there, it's impossible not to grow, right? So that's an example. You get the in-person events, whatever else. It's unrecognizable. Now the second thing is certain wins and risk reversal. So people think that, you hear that everyone's like, oh, you've got to have a guarantee, you read $100 million offers, whatever. People think the only way to mitigate risk in an offer is to have a guarantee. And it's not true, okay? Having a guarantee, especially on cold traffic, will make you more money, but it's not really something that everyone wants to have. Okay, I know there's a few people here I've seen spoke about guarantees. They don't really want to have a guarantee. So how can we mitigate the risk of someone doing business with us without offering them a guarantee? The best way we found of doing this, especially on a webinar, when you're trying to get someone to make a decision within 90 minutes, is that we promise them small, certain upsides, but remove all of the downside. So for example, let's say you're selling a weight loss offer and you say to somebody who's not really in shape, I can get you a 6-pack in 30 days or you don't pay. That person's gonna be like, no you're not, I'm huge. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get me a 6-pack in 30 days, I'm not gonna be able to see it. But if you say to them, I'll help you lose 3 kg a month for the next 3 months or you don't pay, they're gonna be thinking, it's not as good as of a guarantee, right? But it's more realistic for them. They're gonna be more bought into it. So the The upside is smaller, but it's more certain, okay? People are more scared about what they stand to lose than what they stand to gain. That's a truth that you will all probably know, right? So the more our offers mitigate downside, the more people will take us up on it. Now, how are we actually selling this? Main thing I want you to take away here, this is going to be a super short section, is we're booking appointments from webinars for higher ticket offers rather than selling something direct to cart. So who here recognizes this guy? Hands up. I know a few of you, what are you smiling at, Scott? You used to work for him. So that's Iman Gadzi, right? And you would be far better off doing a 90-minute webinar than doing what Iman does, where he does fucking 5 days of webinars in a row to sell something for £2,000 to 500,000 people, right? You would probably be far better off taking your existing sales infrastructure, using your existing sales team, your existing setters, but putting a 90-minute presentation in front of it, aka a webinar, rather than just letting people watch 30% of a video sales letter or going through your profile funnel. So you literally don't have to change anything with what your sales team do. For example, someone like Sen in there, you run loads of sales teams. You probably have all the infrastructures, the breakout videos and whatever that you have for the core funnel. You can take those exact same assets and reuse them for the webinar funnel so you can spin it up quickly, do a test, and it works all the same. Now, the advantages of booking calls as opposed to doing the traditional webinar 997 direct to cart is that when someone books a call with you, you can upsell them, you can cross-sell them, you can put together a custom offer to help them get across the line, or you could help them with something like a payment plan. You don't have that flexibility when you go direct to cart, okay? When you show someone an offer direct to cart, you don't really have any ammo left for your follow-up. You can't help them, you can't really make them a custom offer or whatever. It's still great though, when you like rip one and it goes direct to cart. It's amazing. So what format are we seeing that is the best way to sell one-to-many? So here's what's working for us at the moment. We are doing these live, okay, when we can. Automated when we can't, but live when we can. We're doing them weekly to cold traffic, and we're doing them every 5 weeks to a warm audience. So the problem with webinars is that when you get a webinar that works and it's making you loads of money, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I wanna do it next week. I wanna do it next week. I wanna do it the week after, because it's just making you so much money. You're just like, oh my God, how can I squeeze the lemon out of this thing? But the problem is if you do this, you're gonna piss off your audience. Right, no one wants to see, oh, I'm doing a webinar again this week, again this week, again this week. They sign up for one. Are they going to sign up for the next if they don't buy? Probably not. So for context, right? Who here knows who Shelby Sapp is? Has anyone ever seen her videos? Right, okay, most of you know who Shelby Sapp is. She's running 300 ads at any given time, and I would bet anybody here a pint of Guinness at the Black Tie 2 tomorrow that she gets more views than us. So if she's running 300 ads on top of her organic to a webinar, we probably need ads as well, right? If she's doing it. So what do? We run it weekly to cold. In the ads manager, we exclude anybody who follows our clients or they have seen our client's page in the past 365 days. What this also allows us to do is know our true cold metrics. So a lot of people do a webinar and they'll say, yeah, we made 50 grand and we spent $1 grand on ads. And I'm like, oh, interested. How many of those people actually came from the ads? No one can answer because it's a blended metric. So if you go out there, you then spend 50 grand thinking you're gonna get the same metrics back, you're gonna be horrified when you see it. Like I've said here, you'll have a blended warm and a blended cold. The other advantage of doing it weekly is the speed in which you improve the webinar and the speaker's presentation skills, which can massively affect conversion rates. Plus you get a better presentation, you can automate it. One of our clients, he has 3 kids, right? He does not want to be turning up doing a webinar every Sunday if his missus is trying to put 3 kids to bed, right? It's not ideal for him. So we automated it for him. We do it twice weekly and the conversion rate stayed exactly the same when you do it weekly and you have a good presentation first. So I'd say take a photo of this, but you have all the slides at the end anyway, so you won't need to. I'll just send you the slides and we can carry on. So how do we get people to actually show up? What's working at the moment? What's called the hammer them strategy. We use WhatsApp groups and we use short promo cycles, which if you run webinars, that's probably the most valuable thing I can give you today, which I'll go over now. So a webinar funnel is like a book a call funnel, but you just kind of have a webinar sandwiched in the middle. Like you got to get them to show up to this thing first before you actually get them on the phone. So it's pretty important that if that's the whole point of the funnel is to get them to watch the presentation, then we should probably put some bloody effort into actually trying to get them to show up and watch it. So we take all of the tactics and the strategies that the guys in the sales space are using to get people to show up to sales calls, and we apply them to webinars. So the first one being what's called the Hammer Them strategy. So the Hammer Them strategy is a strategy by someone called Jeremy Haynes. And basically what you're doing here is you're getting everybody who signed up for the webinar in a custom audience, and you're then hitting them with 30 pieces of short form content, 20 pieces of long form content when they've signed up, and all they're going to see on their feed is you. Once they've signed up, they're going to be like, oh my God, this guy's face is everywhere. I'm watching all of his videos. So by the time they get on there, they're going to be way more warm. They're going to trust you so much more than if they just seen an ad. The second thing that people commonly use for sales calls is they'll make a group chat with the setter, the closer, sometimes even the founder. So what do? We make a WhatsApp group chat, but for the webinar. And just in case you want to know how effective these WhatsApp groups are in getting people to show up, that's my business partner right there, right? He's sat over there in the polo shirt. Marcus, raise your hand. Okay, that's my business partner, Marcus. So the software that we use for webinars is called A-Event. And on A-Event, everybody who signs up gets a unique link. This guy right here, my business partner, Marcus, sent his unique link to everybody who'd signed up for the webinar, and guess what happened? So in the Zoom chat, we had about 1 million Marcus Cobblies all spamming the chat, which did not look good for us, right? But why did this happen? Marcus only sent this message in one place. Not in the emails, not in the SMS, in the message that we sent into the WhatsApp group as we went live. Over half the room clicked one single link and joined the webinar from that link. So if that doesn't show you how important it is, it was a good lesson for us. Obviously, find a diamond in, what did you say your mum says?
Take the gold, leave the dirt.
Take the gold, leave the dirt. That was dirt. Too many Marcuses, right? Last but not least, potentially the biggest challenge that we face is getting people to actually bloody show up to it. And we can attribute this to getting 40 to 30% show rates on calls, which if you run webinars, you'll know is good. But how many guys here have heard the salespeople say that you should only have your calendar open like 2 or 3 days in advance? Hands up. Higher, so I can see. Okay, so this is a common thing that everybody knows, right? But for some reason, when it comes to webinars, everyone's like, oh yeah, let's just do a 14-day promo period. Like, who here knows what they're doing in next Thursday? You probably don't even know what you're doing in 2 days' time. Some of us are going to be hungover from the black tie event. Point being is, why would you do this for sales calls to maximize your show rate and not do it for webinars? Okay, you wouldn't want someone booking a bloody call with you 2 weeks in advance. You'd probably cancel it and try and move them forward. So what we do is, rather than spending £5,000 on a webinar over 2 days, sorry, that's what we do. Sorry, I mean, like, rather than spending $1,000 a day for 5 days, we'll spend 2.5K in 2 days. Same spend, I promise you, all the stats are the same. The show rate will never dip below 30% again for you if you do this. Again, we're just applying tactics from the sales guys to webinars. Might not sound like a big deal, but if you get an extra 2,600 attendees a year, how much more money do you think you're gonna make, eh? How many more people do you think you're gonna sell if 2,600 people see the presentation that you're doing? Probably a lot more. Last but not least, how do we get the right people to sign up, okay? Not being lazy with what you say in your ads, okay? I will say this, I'm gonna keep this part super short and concise because there's someone like Marius who, like James said yesterday at the VVIP, spends like 300 million a month.
No, 25 million a month.
25 million a month, yeah, close. Spends 25 million. Ask Marius, don't ask us. But what I can tell you is, in order to get the right people to show up, you need to make more, better ads, okay? You need more of them, and they all have to be better than the last, okay? Don't be stupid with what you say in them. Meta hears everything. So has anybody here ever heard of Cardinal Mason? Runs a copywriting course. Hands up. Who's ever heard of Cardinal Mason? Okay, Cardinal Mason sells he shows you how to make money writing, okay? In an ad, he mentioned the word author because he was getting authors, you can become a copywriter. Like, in fact, no, that wasn't it. He just mentioned the word authors because he was talking about like writing books. His funnel got spammed with authors and he made no money that month, literally just because he mentioned the word authors. That is how sensitive Meta is, and it hears everything. Keep continuity in the whole funnel. Don't talk about like, oh, you can make 10K a month in the ad and then talk about making 100K a month in the webinar. You need to keep continuity throughout. The best ads don't feel like ads, and then make more better ads again, okay? That's what I have for you in the time that I've got today. So there are 1,000,001 things I wish I could talk to you about. I love this so much. I have a bunch of stuff for you. But let's just recap over what we've gone over so far. So I showed you that one-to-many works across every level of business, every offer, every industry. You just need to find the format that works best for you. I introduced you to the 5 pillars of one-to-many success and what each of them were. We spoke about the importance of multiple modalities and how to make your offers feel unrecognizable. We don't want 6 to the same camera, we want the full suite. We also spoke about the fact that it would be better for most people to book calls from webinars. I showed you how to get the best of both worlds so you can get cold traffic and warm traffic to show up to your webinar and not piss off your audience all the time. We talked about WhatsApp groups, promo cycles, hammer them strategies. Last but not least, make more and better ads. So, after seeing all that, does everyone feel like they've learned something from me in the past 30 minutes, or should I just stayed in the UK? Hands up. Who feels like they've learned something? Cool. I'm glad I got the flight. Thank you, James. Right, that's good. So I said I wasn't going to be able to give you all of my webinar knowledge today, which is true. But what I can do is give those of you who want to go deeper on this a fleet of valuable resources for you to look over in your own time. Okay, this could stop you from making a big mistake on your first webinar or double the revenue of the webinar that you're running at the moment. So to celebrate the A Players Global Tour and to honor the effort that James and all of the team go into to putting this event for you behind the scenes, it's only right that I keep continuity with 12 cities, 12 events in 12 months. If I gave you 12 completely free resources to take away today, no opt-in, no lead, no nothing, completely free, because I want to give you a small taste of the value that goes on in A Players Club. I'm an A player myself. It's one of the best things that I've ever purchased. It's changed my life. So when you scan this QR code here today, if you want to pull out your phone and scan it if you're interested, I'm going to give you our one-to-many software stack, so all the software you need to do your first webinar. I'm going to give you my full webinar recording vault. So these are all the webinar recordings I've ever collected from other people that converted and are best-in-class examples. I'm going to give you a full document full of all the landing pages, all the funnel pages that we use for our webinars. I'm going to give you 3 actual webinar slide deck examples that we have built ourselves at the agency, completely for free, that you can look at, you can copy, you can steal from. I'm going to give you 3 examples of webinar scripts, the webinar framework that we use. I'm going to give you 2 consulting calls that we've done with operators who did $150,000 from their first webinars. I'm going to give you our webinar offer checklist. I'm going to give you a type form so you can ask me to make a video on YouTube at any time. I'm going to give you a done for you webinar hook that you can just plug and play straight away if you want to do your first one and you're struggling to write the hook. I'm going to give you our stats tracker. And last but not least, I'm going to give you a promise that if you come and speak to me or my business partner Marcus over this weekend, we will answer all of your questions to the best of our ability. All yours for free, because this is my contribution as an A player to the A Players mission and the A Players Tour. Okay? All I ask is that if you use them, they help you, share them with someone in your network, and let me know. Thank you very much, everybody. Wow.